Alright, what is up guys? So in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you everything you guys need to know before perming your hair. This is just going to be a video that I wish I had before I started perming my hair. I feel like there's not too many videos that go like really into depth about every single thing you need to know about perms. So I'm going to get into everything from how perms work, what you need to ask for when you go to the salon, how long until you need to get another perm. I'm going to be answering all the questions from TikTok, from Instagram that you guys have been asking me and DMing me about. If you see that I haven't answered your question or have another question that I probably haven't thought of, just comment down below and I will be making another video specifically on how to style permed hair. I will answer the rest of the questions there. But for today, I'll just give you guys a little bit of background. So I've been perming my hair for about a year now, a little more than a year. And I decided to perm my hair because my hair was always like super straight. It was that really like straight but like super weak, like no volume at all, like Asian hair. Right after COVID, I was like, I need to kind of change things up, and I decided to get a perm. I'm going to tell you my experience about that and the knowledge I've gained from then till now to help you guys out. So I guess let's just get right into it. The first thing you need to know about perms is that a perm is permanent. And what I mean by permanent is that your hair is going to be altered forever, but the roots that grow back will be your natural hair. So my natural hair is like that straight, as I said, like really weak Asian hair. My hair is like kind of curly, has some volume to it. But as you can kind of see, the roots that have grown back are pretty straight. So now that we know what a perm is, I'm going to get into the difference between like a tight, like super curly perm versus the perm that I have, which it's more wavy. Right now, I kind of like the wavy curls, but those are definitely nice as well. The tighter the curls in your hair, the smaller the curls they'll use for when they roll your hair into it. So the curls I use for my hair is pretty big in comparison. The more curly your hair is though, the longer it'll last. So they usually kind of curl my hair a little tighter than I would like to because it'll last a little bit longer and I'll grow into something that I like. Alright, so for the next thing, I recommend you guys to get a Korean perm. And the reason why I go to Korean salons is because most of my hair inspiration is Korean. They already kind of know the look I'm going for. I found them to have a lot of experience with perming guys' hair, and you want to make sure you go to a salon that really knows what they're doing because you don't want them to damage your hair. That's why I don't trust doing perms at home. You want to keep your hair healthy and you want to make it last long, but you also want it to look good. Alright, so next we gotta talk about how much it costs because perms are pretty costly. I did not know how much they cost, but the perm like changed like everything, so like I feel like it's definitely worth it. That's a lot coming from me because I really care about, you know, like the way I look and like how my hair is. Korean perms cost about $80-ish on the low end, and the ones I've seen could range to $150. It could definitely get easily more, but these are just the ones I've been to myself. And then you have to take into factor about the haircut because some of them charge haircuts separately or some of them include it with the perm. You can also go to a barber, but I really recommend you go to a Korean salon to get the haircut and then they perm it right afterwards. And if you're reperming, they'll cut off all the damaged like ends that they wouldn't want to reperm because it could damage your hair. Okay, next. What you guys need to know is how long the process takes for a perm. So the process is kind of different. I think super curly perms take a bit longer. But for me, at the very least, it's always like 1.5 hours. At the most, it's around like 3 hours. So if you're planning to go, just make sure your phone is completely charged because there's been a bunch of times where my phone is not charged and I have to wait there for 1.5 to 3 hours and I couldn't do anything but like stare at the wall. And also if you're trying to invite your friend to come or you're getting dropped off, make sure they know as well because I've also had my girlfriend come at the same time where I couldn't charge my phone and my phone died. Plus my girlfriend was there just waiting and we were both like super hangry. Yeah, it was just not a good look. Okay, so what do I actually ask for when my hair is being cut? So at the very beginning, I used to show a bunch of pictures, but now I kind of get two different haircuts. So one of them is called a 2-block haircut and the sides are kind of short, the top is pretty long, but it's pretty specific to Asian hair. After I get it cut and my hair is permed, I eventually will grow into the hair that I like, which is the sides being a little bit longer and the hair on top is still a little bit voluminous. And the second one is showing them an inspiration picture where my hair is kind of longer on the side so it looks more natural, but I will need to get it cut not too long after. So for the first one, I'll have it cut maybe once in between the perms. And for the second one where my hair is longer, I'm gonna have to get it cut like multiple times in between perms. Just because because my hair is already grown out super long. Alright, so for the next tip, you also have to figure out how long your hair is before you get it cut. My hair is this long. I don't know if you guys can see, it's like covering my eyes right now. So if you want to get a wavy perm to the way it looks like for me, you're gonna want to make sure like the top of your hair like passes your eyes, because you don't want to get it permed when your hair is kind of shorter, like above your eyebrows, because then it's gonna get curly and it's gonna look even shorter because your hair is not like super straight, it's in a curl. Okay, next, so you guys been wondering what I ask for at the salon in terms of like pictures for the perm. So I always give inspiration pictures because I feel like that's the best way of conveying what you want. There's been a bunch of times where there's been miscommunication with me just trying to explain what I want and it not coming out right. So you really want to kind of nail it with the picture, because you can show them the sides, you can show them the back, and you can kind of like use it as a reference pic and base it off of that. So I will just show you some pictures of like celebrities that I used for at the beginning. Because I've been having a perm for a while, I use pictures of myself. So a lot of you guys have been DMing me on Instagram and on TikTok and asking me what I ask for. Just low-key show them either a video of my TikTok or just screenshot a picture from my Instagram of like how I look like, because that's literally what I use when I show them. I say, oh, can you make it like this? And then just, you know, a picture of my Instagram. If you guys want your hair to look like mine, literally just take a picture of my hair. Okay, next, what I see people messing up on the most is not waiting long enough for the solution of the perm to set in their hair after they got their hair permed at the salon. It's said in a bunch of different places online that you can either wait 2 to 3 days, you can wash it with soap, or you cannot wash it with soap after the second day. 3 days is maximum, 2 days is maximum. So I just played it super safe and I just wait 3 days, no soap or water, no touching it, don't put a hat on. I low-key don't put my headphones on. I don't like scratch my head, and basically no touching my hair or anything like that. If you just stick it out for those 3 days, it's gonna be well worth it and your perm will last insanely long. For example, if you were to shower, I don't want the water like, you know, breaking up the curls, because you'll see it like the curls are kind of like thick and it's in the curl form. Don't want it to break apart. So one time after I got my second perm, I got it permed the day of a party. Didn't realize the perm would look kind of funny after, because sometimes they put like a gel in it and it's a hair solution, but it makes your hair look curly but also like super thick, kind of like grease but in like a curly form. So it looked really weird. So I started playing around with my hair. I started like breaking up the bonds and making sure it didn't look crusty. But I still waited 3 days. But even just doing that and playing with my hair to make it look not weird and like putting my hands through it, by the end of the 3 days of me washing my hair, my perm wasn't that voluminous and curly. Definitely wait as long as you can. It wasn't worth it because I had to spend hella money, and for the next month or two I couldn't re-perm my hair like right away because I didn't want to damage it, and it was just super flat and it was not what I was looking for at all. So my pro tip is to get your perm on Friday, wait all the way till Monday, wash your hair on Monday and make sure it's like dried, so when you go back to school you look like a normal person again and your hair doesn't look super crusty and stuff like during school. Okay, so for the next thing you need to know is that you might go into a little bit of shock if this is your first time getting a perm, because you're obviously used to having straight hair for your entire life. So you're gonna look at your hair and it's gonna be super weird to you, and you're gonna think, did I make the wrong decision? Your family members might think you're weird because they've seen you with straight hair your entire life, but just give it like a week or two. Like, even if you don't like it, and even at the end of the 2 weeks you think you're gonna decide to get it shaved off, or you're gonna try to make your hair straight again, which I will get into later, just give it 2 weeks, because everyone might be clowning you just because you look different than what you usually do and it's like a big change, but you actually might look good. So a couple days before college I got my hair permed. So everyone back home, my parents, my friends and everything, were just like, yo, what the heck, what happened to your hair? And they're like laughing at me, they're clowning on me. And I was like, shoot. I was even like asking people, did I make the right decision? Does it look good? Does it not look good? And some people would say yes, but because so many people said like, what the heck happened? I was like, oh my gosh, they're probably lying to me and they're trying to just like sugarcoat everything. But that first week of college I met a lot of new people because I started going out to more functions and more events, and everyone who I met saw me for the first time with a perm thinking that it's kind of my natural hair, and they all really liked it. So that's when I knew it actually looks really good. But when people see you with a perm and they've only seen you with a perm, they might end up liking it and looking at your straight hair as like, oh wow, like I can't even imagine you with straight hair, you look kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's just my opinion. Okay, so for the next thing you guys need to know is that you're going to need a new perm every 2 to 4 months. And that depends on your hair. It depends how you take care of your hair as well. Like I said, the first 3 days to week is super crucial of how you treat your hair, and will kind of dictate how long the perm will last. On top of that, if your hair is like mine and it's like super weak and it's super flat and you have like straight hair that even with like gel products and stuff like nothing would work, you're gonna need it kind of permanent often. So just be wary of that. But to kind of make your perm last longer, I still do use products when the straight hair grows in. And that allows me to have more volume even though the straight hair grows in like flat and non-voluminous, and I can manipulate it to how I want it or to make it look like my perm is kind of more new. But it depends how you maintain it. So this brings me to the next topic, was that if you really don't like your perm, within those 3 days you can kind of get rid of the perm, and basically you just need to put like water in your hair. You need to make sure to comb it out. You need to use hot air to break up the strands, and you just need to do the reverse of what I've been telling you, is just like touching it and doing whatever. I know like you guys will probably waste your money on the perm, but if you really don't like it that much, then you can do that. Your hair will still be a little bit curly and a little bit more voluminous, but if you break it up, it'll look a lot more natural, especially if you got the tighter curls, or even if you got the looser curls with mine. It'll still be a little bit curly, but it'll look definitely more natural. Some people probably will not be able to tell. Okay, and so for the next tip, you guys are going to need to buy high quality products. And I didn't know this because obviously the perm costs a lot, and I was like, okay, perfect. I don't have to do anything to my hair. I don't need to put pomade or gel and stuff, which I do once the straight hairs grow back. But in order to maintain it, in order to make sure your hair is healthy, you are going to need pretty high quality products, because you want your hair to look good. You damage your hair and you got an expensive perm. You want to maintain that expensive perm and use high quality products. And you know, this could be like shampoo and conditioner. This could be like a curl cream. This could be like a diffuser that you use on top, or like scalp remover for the dandruff and for your scalp that might be a little bit damaged. So if you guys want to make sure your hair is healthy and that it lasts really long, I'm going to be showing you how I style my hair and how I maintain it using those products for when the straight hairs grow back in, and just, you know, what I do in the shower, how I even style the perm, because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about how they specifically style it, you know, how to get that scrunch technique to make sure your curls come back, the exact creams I use, and what to buy at the store. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, like, comment. Let me know any more questions that you guys have for about perms, or literally just about anything like diet, gym, school, what's in my backpack, products I use like camera, whatever. If you guys need anything, just let me know. Make sure to comment any more questions you guys have, because I will be answering and reading through all the comments. So I'll see you guys in the next video.